Welcome, guys, to another exciting episode on Know Your Plugin series with ACG Music. Today, we're looking at compressor, different compressors, and today we'll be starting with the most basic one, which is the FBK compressor. Now, to look for a compressor, you need to come to the place that say Dynamics. Now, in Dynamics, we can see different types of compressor. Some of these things are not actually compressors, but they act like compressors. So first of all, for this video, looking at the FBK. Now, we're wondering, what is a compressor? A compressor is actually what is used to control dynamics. What this means is when a signal is being played over time, some amplitudes go high and while some go low. This irregularity of high and low amplitude sound can make a sound or a vocal or an instrumental sound unprofessional. So to fix this, we introduce a compressor to control these dynamics. What the compressor is actually doing is taking the lesser sounds up and bringing the upper sounds down in such a way to make them sound as if they have the same volume frequency. So let's go into the parameters of an FBK compressor, and after that I'll show you what we can use this for. Now, for the FBK compressor, we have attack, release, threshold, ratio, and gain. For this video, I'll be using a vocal to explain the FBK compressor. Now, for me, the first thing I look into my FBK compressor or when using any compressor is the threshold. You can start with attack release, but I like looking at the threshold, and you see what is the threshold. What did the threshold do? The threshold determines where the gain reduction will be applied. Now, this means that increasing this to the right will apply that the threshold will work more on a signal, and moving this to the left implies that the threshold will work less on a signal. Baby, come wine for me, see, don't give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Wine for me, see, no carnival. I'm gonna touch you now like me now. One touch, feeling like 1 million. People that they watching like a cinema. Wine for me, see, no. Now, you can see that the threshold can make the volume louder or lesser depending on how much you squeeze. Now, for some compressors, you will be seeing threshold, rather you see squeeze. So that's what it actually means. Next, I look at is my ratio, which determines the intensity of which the gain reduction will be applied. For a lighter intensity, go to the left, and for a tougher intensity, we go to the right. Increasing the ratio means that the compressor needs to work more harder on the signal. And reducing the ratio means the compressor need to work less on the signal. Next, we want to look at is our attack and our release. Now, for me, I see attack and release as what I can use to shape the tune of a signal or a vocal or a guitar when using a compressor. Now, the attack controls the time it will take for the compressor to respond to a signal to begin reduction. Now, what this means is whenever you increase this to the right, now for attack and release, it's quite different with different compressors. But for this compressor, when you're increasing to the right, the attack becomes slow because you're telling the attack to take more time to be applied. But when you take it to the left, the attack becomes more fast because you're telling the compressor to act much quicker in time. Next is the release. Now, the release and is the same. Moving to the right is a slow release, and moving to the left is a fast release. So, either using a fast release or a slow release or a fast attack or a slow attack is totally up to you. And but I normally use fast release, fast attack for especially drums and vocals because they help them punch in the mix. Next is the gain. Now, when using a compressor, we tend on losing a lot of volume. Now, what the gain is there to do is to increase the volume back to taste. So after I'm done compressing, most of the time the compressor causes the vocal or a signal to sound lesser than the way it was sounding or causes it to sound too loud. The gain reduction can be used to reduce the volume or increase the volume of the signal so the sound won't be lost. Baby, come wine for me, see, don't give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Wine for me, see, no carnival. I'm gonna touch you now, like me now. One touch, feeling like 1 million. People that are watching like a cinema. Wine for me, see, no cannibal. Make sure you don't know other person like this. Baby, come wine for me, see, don't give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Wine for me, see, no carnival. I'm gonna touch you now, like me now. One touch, feeling like 1 million. People that are watching like a cinema. Wine for me, see, no cannibal. Make sure you don't know other person like this. Baby, come wine for me, see, don't give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Wine for me, see, no carnival. I'm gonna touch you now, like me now. One touch, feeling like 1 million. People that are watching like a cinema. When family see no cannibal. Make sure you don't know other person like this. Tested, approved, and trusted. Tested, approved, and trusted. Baby, come wine for me, see, don't give me that. Jump up on my body like animal. Wine for me, see, no carnival. I'm gonna touch you now, like me now. One touch, feeling like 1 million. People that are watching like a cinema. When family see no cannibal. Make sure you don't know other person like this. Thanks for watching. Make sure you put your questions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that others can be able to see these videos and enjoy them as well. Don't forget, if you want someone to help you mix your vocal, you can meet me on my DM using the link to my WhatsApp on the description of this video. If you want to also learn everything about Bandlab, if you want to also learn everything about Bandlab, how to make your music sound professional on Bandlab, you can also hit me up as well, and I'll be available to reply you as soon as I get your message. Till we see you again next time. Peace.